good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. Please like and share this video as well. So today we are looking at research design, the role of research design in a research project. Okay, so what is research design? Okay, research design, okay, is the plan, structure and strategy the researcher wants to adopt in order to obtain answers to the research questions and test the hypothesis. Okay, it is a general scheme to be followed in a research study. Okay, so research design is a plan. Research design is a plan, blueprint, action plan, which specifies how data relating to given problem should be collected and analyzed. It involves structuring the investigation to enable the researcher identify the relationship between independent and dependent variables. So that is actually research design. So when we talk about research design, we are actually saying, look, there is no single research design that is applicable to all problems. So in choosing your research design, there is a particular research design, okay, that a researcher must consider relevant, okay, to a proposed problem that is under study. So when we're talking about research design, we are actually looking at the plan, we're looking at the design, we're looking at the strategy, we're looking at the action plan, the framework, okay, through which the researcher actually wants to adopt in order to address a specific problem. So research design actually takes note of the population of the study, type of data to be collected, the nature of the variables to be controlled, and the resources at the disposal of the investigator. Okay, so those are the things. Now, what are the usefulness, or what are the functions? What are the functions of research design in a research? What are the functions of research design in a research? Okay, one of the usefulness of research design is that it helps the researcher to plan the strategy, for a research project. That is number one. Number two, it also helps the researcher to set out the broad outline and key features of the works, showing how the strategies, okay, will address the objective. Okay, then number three, it provides the researcher with necessary framework for tackling the research problem. So it is research design that actually helps, okay, the researcher, to put up framework. Okay, framework, you look at the target population, you look at the sample size, you look at the organization of the data. These are frameworks that are put in place in order to actually, properly carry out the research. Then number four or number five, it enables the researcher to delineate the boundaries of the study and provide reliable answers to the questions, raised. Okay, so it helps the researcher to actually delineate the boundaries of the study. You understand? So that when the researcher is answering those research questions, you'll be able to actually provide reliable answers to those questions. Okay, then the next one is that it provides insight into potential problems, okay, that could arise in the execution of the study. Okay, provides insight into potential problems that could arise in the execution of the study. So those are the things. What are those problems? The problem, of time frame, the problem of resources available, the problem of best way to allocate them, the cost of materials required, the limitation on the generalizations, okay, of the research findings, and all of that. So these are the things these are the major functions of research design. Now, what are the types of research design that we have? The first type of research design is descriptive research design. Now, descriptive research design is the type of research design that describes phenomenon or phenomena that is under study. Okay, descriptive research design, just like the word implies, describe. So it describes the processes, the strategy, the plan, the framework, the blueprint that the researcher wants to adopt in order to carry out the research. That is descriptive research design. Okay, the second one is exploratory research design. What is exploratory? To explore simply means to look at areas that have not been touched before. Okay, so if you are actually breaking into a new ground, okay, what you are doing is an exploratory research design. Okay, that is actually number 2. Number 3 is historical research design. Historical research design is the type of research design that uses historical process or processes. Now, when you look at time past, you look at time past, look at historical antecedents and features. All of these will actually help the researcher to actually carry out his research adequately. Okay, then we have case study research design. What is this case study research design? Case study research design is the type of research design that uses a particular case, in order to actually carry out the research. You can use a particular case to generalize. Okay, for example, if you're talking about the impact of ASUU strike on the academic performance of Nigerian students or students of Nigerian universities, and then you take a case study of Nasarawa State University, KEFI. Now, having taken that, that university that you are zeroing in on is actually the case. That is the case study. So it is with case study research design that you can use to actually use that to generalize. Okay, so the next one is survey research design. What is survey? Survey is actually the use of 5 sense organs, to collect data. It is just like observation. You go out there to actually survey the place, to explore, to actually look at the area. You understand? And then identify people that you distribute your questionnaire to, as well as interview some respondents. Okay, so survey simply means the researcher goes out himself to actually conduct the research, in the field. Okay, so the last one is experimental research design. What is experimental research design? Experimental research design is the use of experiment. Okay, the Horton experiment, for example, is actually one of research work. Is one research work that used experimental research design. Okay, so what I've just said is that research design, just like the architect would design or will have a plan before the civil engineer or the structural engineer will actually implement or interpret or actually carry out the design or the plan in the housing project. That is how research design is, to a researcher. You understand? So the research design is actually, the plan. It is the blueprint, the framework that will guide the researcher in the process of carrying out the research. And I've also told you the functions of research design, as well as the types of research design. Thank you very much.